Well, energy efficiency is among the most important components of that report, and now newly proposed legislation would encourage homeowners to go green. Lee Patrick Sullivan reports on new low-interest loans and one big mortgage lender who's not interested.
So what year was the house built?
It was built in 1912.
1912. It's huge. How many bedrooms?
It's 6 bedrooms.
When Brooke Lefferts and her husband moved from their Manhattan apartment to the suburbs to raise a family, they fell in love with their turn-of-the-century home in Maplewood, New Jersey, complete with all its charm and challenges.
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for what we have. I love the fact that that we have the old windows and the shape of the windows, and they don't look like sort of cookie-cutter suburban houses, but you definitely pay a price for that.
That price comes with trying to heat and cool 2,000 square feet of Victorian home.
Your heating bill for this must be huge.
Yeah, the heating bill was astronomical when we first moved in, and now we do an equal payment plan, so it's a little more reasonable, but still pretty eye-opening.
How eye-opening? Well, their first heating bill was more than they paid in rent for their Manhattan place. And the Lefferts aren't alone. The majority of American homes were built before 1980, the benchmark for energy-efficient windows, insulation, and heating and cooling systems. Energy bills are a hot topic in Maplewood.
I would say that most of the homes on the street are old, and that's definitely one of the things that we complain about. You know, with a smile, complain with a smile, because it's worth it. But yeah, it's definitely a pervasive problem in this area because the houses are old.
Getting American homes and businesses to use less energy is a major goal of Energy Secretary Stephen Chu. Calling it the low-hanging fruit, the DOE says energy-efficient upgrades can reduce America's non-transportation energy use by more than a third. Large-scale upgrade projects like the one at the Empire State Building are gaining steam. The iconic New York landmark is getting a green facelift. New windows, light bulbs, more efficient boilers, and elevators, just to name a few.
And the Empire State Building is actually in a position now to become a landmark, both for the historical benefit, but also the work that they're doing on energy efficiency. It's incredibly helpful when we can point to actual examples where it's being put into place, and not for the environmental reasons, but because it has real cost savings over time.
The owners of the Empire State Building say once the upgrades are complete, New York's tallest building will see energy savings of more than $4 million a year. The project got an infusion of cash from former President Bill Clinton's climate initiative. Clinton, friends with the building's owners, lent them $13 million to get the ball rolling.
And that brings us back to the Lefferts home here in New Jersey. You see, they simply can't get on the phone and call Bill Clinton for help with their retrofit. And where does this leave millions of homeowners that want to make their homes more energy efficient? Well, a New Jersey congressman says he has an idea.
It's called the Property Assessed Clean Energy Bill, or PACE for short. Congressman Bill Pascrell says the legislation will help Secretary Chu reach much of that low-hanging fruit, as well as put Americans to work.
I can't think of a better job developer than this project. I really can't. Because everybody is wanting to bring their particular, whether it's a two-family house, whether it's a large one-family house, to bring it up to energy standards. This is the way to do it.
PACE would allow homeowners to take out low-interest loans for energy-efficient upgrades. If it saves energy and is attached to the home, it qualifies. Windows, HVAC units, and insulation, yes. New appliances, no. The homeowner pays back the loan through property taxes, and if the homeowner moves, the loan stays with the house. The folks at the Alliance to Save Energy say an average Midwest 4-bedroom home would have its property taxes go up about $100 a year, but see energy savings of $300 annually.
We think this form of financing is going to be a very, very dynamic force to not only produce energy savings for homeowners, but also help to drive a whole new residential retrofits industry in the United States.
But not everyone is jumping on the PACE bandwagon. The folks at Fannie Mae, the country's largest mortgage lender, are lobbying to stop the legislation. You see, PACE payments would be considered property tax and take priority over paying back mortgages if the home is foreclosed. Fannie Mae declined our request for an interview, but did release this statement. Fannie Mae supports energy-efficient initiatives and is willing to engage with federal and state agencies as they consider sustainable programs to facilitate lending for energy-efficient home retrofits, while preserving the status of mortgage loans originated as first liens. As for the Lefferts family, they received a $20,000 estimate to upgrade their home, and the thought of adding that to their property taxes is a bit daunting.
Yeah, I think it sounds like a good idea, and I think it's definitely something that we would consider. I mean, I like the idea that it's green, and I like the idea that it would save money. Those are two good things. But if the cost was so high, you know, we'd have to weigh that out also, because our property taxes in this area are very high already.
If Congress doesn't pass the PACE bill, look for it to surface at the state level. Currently, there are already 20 states with some version of PACE legislation. In Maplewood, New Jersey, Lee Patrick Sullivan, Clean Skies News.